What it do, gang? It's your man Montana. I'm back with another video. That's right. Today I'm gonna do a little story with Monty, y'all. Let y'all know a little bit about how I became in love with fixing up cars and stuff like that. But yeah. So it started back when at a young age. You know what I'm saying? The first time I seen a car that was hooked up was a box Chevy. Now I think I was probably around like 6 or something like that, but it was a box Chevy and it had spokes on it, like dating spokes or whatever. And I fell in love with that, you know what I'm saying? So I used to always say, like, man, when I first get my first car, I'm gonna hook it up. So fast forward, I'm 15, working, got a little summer job first time in the working field. And I didn't have a car, I had a bike, obviously. I was riding around in the neighborhood that I stayed in. And got tired of riding around on the bike or walking. So I ended up, my brother, he had a car. So he had a car, my mom bought him a car, and like, he didn't want to take me nowhere. I had to go everywhere I wanted to go was on the bike, you know what I'm saying? So he was 16, my brother a year older than me at the time. I'm 15, he's 16. And we started working at this school for the summer, and I was like, man, I was getting mad at my mom because I kept asking her for a car, and she didn't want to give me no car because I ain't had no license. She didn't even know I knew how to drive or anything. I didn't even know I knew how to drive. But my brother took me to an auction. I had my own money, so I came out of my pocket, paid for my car. I spent $900. It was a 1989 Cadillac DeVille, all white, 4-door. So that was my first car. After that, you know what I'm saying, because I really got tired of, you know what I'm saying, like I said, riding bikes, fixing up my bike or whatever. Plus, I ended up want to go on dates. You know what I'm saying? I ended up meeting this girl. After that job, that was a summer job. After that job, I started working at Odyssey Fun World. And I ended up I was meeting a lot of females there, you know what I'm saying? Player. I was meeting a lot of females there. And I had met this one female. But now I'm in the Birds, so I'm living in the Birds in Country Club Hills. And she stayed in the city. So she used to call me, and she used to always be like, "Want to come out there and see her and stuff," you know what I'm saying? And I could never go. I was kind of mad because I ain't had no car. My brother didn't want to take me out there. He was too busy doing him. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get my own car. So I end up actually, I did have my car when that happened, but my car had messed up. So my car had messed up, so, but fast forward, get 18, end up getting me another car. That car was a BMW, 525i BMW. So when that car came out, this one I'm like, I'm finna go, well, when I got that car, this one I'm like, I'm finna go all out. So at that time, that's when the spinners came out. So if you guys can remember, pretty sure you kids, you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but ask your moms, ask your dad, or just go on YouTube and pull up spinners.
They spinning like a sauce, spinning like a sauce.
Rims with spinners on it. Those had just came out, and I ended up ordering me a pair. I ended up getting me a set of 20s, because it was the biggest that was gonna go on that BMW. Couldn't fit 22s, and 22s was the biggest. Actually, 22s was the biggest rim that was out at that time. 20s and 22s. So I ended up ordering me a set. I ordered it at what was them books? Them lowrider books. What happened to them? I used to always love when I used to go in like Walmart and I used to see those books, or like back then it was like Ventures. Y'all remember Ventures. But anyway, every time I used to go in the store with my mom's, I used to go right over there to the bookstore, book department, and I'd go get that book, and I'd just go through it and I'd look at the rims and stuff, and they're like, one day I'm gonna get these, I'm gonna order me these rims, I'm gonna give me a pair of rims and put them on my car, because I didn't get to put them on my Cadillac. All I did with my Cadillac was I put Bang inside the Cadillac, and that was it. Never got around to getting some rims and putting it on it. So now I'm 18, I'm working, I got my BMW, and those rims came out, so I'm like, I gotta get them. That's right, I had to get them. So I ordered me a pair, and my brother, he ended up ordering him a pair. So we both got, I think my brother had like a 90s, he had aluminum or something like that. So he ended up getting him a pair. I got me a pair. We ordered it. We got spinners. So we ran around. We got spinners. We young, riding spinners.
Ride spinners, get rolling. I'm riding spinners, I'm riding spinners, they don't stop.
It's just like floaters or whatever. That was the first thing before floaters came out. You know what I'm saying? So we had those, and then move on to the next vehicle. After that vehicle, I end up getting what's the next vehicle I got after that? I end up getting a Caprice. Yeah, end up getting a Caprice. Cause when I had the BMW, so this what happened when I had the BMW, right? So that's going to the car club world. So my brother, he had a Bonneville, and he was in a car club. So this is how I ended up learning about the car club and being around the car club environment, whatever. So he had a car, he had a Bonneville, and he was in a car club. I don't know how he got in there. He didn't go into details with me, but he used to never be in the house. He used to always be with the car club. So one day I was at the house and he came in. He was like, man, I'm about to go out with my club. And I'm like, club? He was like, yeah, I'm in a car club. And he was like, man, if you want to come, you can come with me. So I went with him or whatever. And when we got there, we pulled up. We in the city. We pulled up, and next thing you know, it's like a whole bunch of Bonnevilles. They the same one he got. I think my brother had like a 96 Bonneville. It was green. And it was crazy, you know what? Because I don't even see those cars no more out here. I haven't seen a Bonneville in so long. What happened to them? They just like all got crushed or something? What? But anyway, we kicked it that night. You know what I'm saying? 18, had some liquor, drank. Well, what had blew my mind was when we was driving, it was all in formation. It was all lined up. And then it was like whoever's at the front, like I guess he was the CEO or she was CEO or whatever. If they go past that light, it always was somebody that would jump out and block traffic so we can all get through. I was like, what? Are you serious? So, yeah, that part right there was the bomb. And then we ended up going to this park, Washington Park, which if you're from Chicago, you know where Washington Park is at. And that's when I started seeing all the cars. Like, if you had aluminum, everybody had aluminums in that club. You had a Caprice, everybody had Caprice. You had a box Chevy, everybody had a box Chevy. It wasn't like how it is now that car clubs, you in it for strength in numbers. That's it. It's not about how it used to be. Back then, it used to be fun. Now it's all about, I don't know. I'm not in the car club, so. But I fucks with the car club. Shout out to the car clubs, social clubs, all y'all. So I was at Washington Park, and I remember I seen the box Chevy, and I was like, man, that was the car I want to get. But I was like, it's just too big. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was little. I was like, it's just too big. But I had my BMW, and one guy, his box Chevy was clean, had rims on it and all that. I think he had like 22s on his. And he pulled up on me, and he was just fascinated about my car. He was like, man, that boy look good. This. He was like, man, what a chick said. I'm like, I don't know, what are they? He had 3 females in his car. And I'm basically like, they with you in the car with you. Bring some of them over here to me. So he was like, man, your car nice, it's raw, and don't get me wrong, you should have some chicks, but like, he was like, but what you need to do, he was like, man, you need to go ahead, you can keep that one, but you need to get you a Chevy. And I was like, what? And he was like, hold on. So he ended up telling the females in the car, he was like, tell him what he needs to get so he can get some honeys in the car, like how I got some honeys in the car. And all 3 of them was like, you need to get a Chevy. So 6 months later, probably less than that, I ended up buying my first Chevy, and it was a Chevy Caprice. Bought that. Same day I bought it, I ended up going to get me a set of 22s. So I'm like, I got the biggest size rims that's out right now. I got me a set of 22s. So he ended up getting me some 22s on a Caprice. I was a 93 Chevy Caprice. It was all white. And this is why I say, like, if you're not from Chicago, we have some of the worstest streets. Did I say that right? We have some of the worst streets in the land. You hear me? We don't have potholes. We have craters. So I had my rims on my car less than 72 hours. I was going to meet this female. in the city. I was driving down Halsted. I was right there by like 64th and Halsted, and I hit a pothole. Never experienced it because with my BMW, I didn't really go to the city and hang around the city like that to experience hitting potholes or whatever like that. Might went to family members' houses, but like it was like straight shots and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like straight on the E-way, boom, get off, not too far, whatever. But I ended up hitting the pothole, and I thought I ended up was going on the flat tire. I thought all the air popped out the tire or whatever. So I get to the gas station, and I go in there, get some change, come back out, put some air in the tire, put air in the tire. When no air going in there, I'm like, what the what? Like, I know I'm putting it on the air pin, but little behold, I look under the bottom, look in the back, get some light, and I got a crack all the way around my rim. So I had rim locks on it, but I didn't have the lock, but I had my spare tire in the trunk. So I had to call somebody up, wake them up, hey, I'm out here on some hot boys. No, I'm just playing, but yeah, had to call somebody to come all the way out there to pick me up, take me all the way back to my house, get my lock, come all the way back to the city. At that time, I was living in Park Forest, had my own crib out there. I ended up going back, getting the car, changing the tire. After that, I called shorty. That was dead. Like, nah, I can't do it. That right there was like telling me a sign like, don't even mess with you. But I ended up getting back to the house. Next day, I go to the shop and I order another rim. Pay for the rim or whatever. The guy tells me I ain't gonna say what shop I went to, but I went to the shop, paid for the rim. The guy said it'd be in there next week, and then the next week, come on, called about it. He was like, "Oh man, they got it on the back order." So, and I'm like, okay, what that mean? Basically, like if you put a rim is on the back order, the place that you getting it from, like that rim shop, they won't know when that rim is gonna be available. So, I think what happened is that I paid that man that money up front, and he spent my money or whatever. And whenever he feel like he wanted to get the rim, because I kept hounding him after a while, like, man, like, bro, like, what's going on? So I rode the whole summer with 3 brand new rims on my car. By the time it got around like September, that guy finally called me and said, your rim is in. So I go get my rim. By that time, it's time to take the rims off. So that car, trying to think what happened. I think my car ended up that Caprice, I think it got messed up. Something happened to it. I don't know. But I ended up getting another one. Actually, you know what? Nah, this what happened. So I got into a little trouble. Yeah, I was a bad person, bad boy at that time. Ended up getting locked up. I got locked up or whatever. So I was locked up. I was sitting in there for a little bit. I ended up getting out. At that time, I ended up losing my job because I got locked up. The money that I had, I ended up getting back. When I got out, I ended up like, you know what? My car was sitting at the house. I ended up taking it and going to get it painted. So I went and got it painted. I ended up getting a two-tone. It was blue and gray. So the bottom was blue, like a navy blue, and the top was a silver gray. And because that was the thing back then. It was two-tone cars. So I ended up getting that, and then I ended up I ended up buying a billet grill. So I bought a billet grill, and I ended up getting that, and then I ended up buying a 20-inch flip down and put it in it. Right. I had this stuff on my car less than 24 hours. Went downtown. I just got my car back out the paint shop. Boom. Got out the paint shop. All this is on there now. Boom. I'm like, okay, cool. So I ended up going downtown and to a frat party with a couple of my guys or whatever, and went in. I was in there probably like 40 minutes or whatever. Came outside, hit my alarm because I had a auto page, so it was like the little pager with the little car on it. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up hitting it, but it didn't chirp, like make the little noise, and I'm like, okay, the closer I get to the car, you know what I'm saying, it'll alert, like, make a little noise, and then let me know, like, okay, my car is started up, like I'm trying to remote start it up or whatever. So I'm getting closer and closer, and I'm hitting the button, and I don't hear nothing. Nothing is happening. So I get there, and my car, that's right, it's gone. It is gone. I am calling around. I'm like, what? So I'm like, somebody done stole my car. Like, what the? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? And on top of that, like, I got an alarm on it. I'm like, well, somebody stole my car. So my friends, they like, nah, man, it probably wasn't even that, bro. You probably just parked in the wrong spot. And, you know what I'm saying, they towed the car. So all you got to do is just call the police. Or, call the tow company that's around here, and they'll let you know. Or you just call the police, and they'll let you know. Because, like, anytime a car get impounded, get towed, they got to make a report and send it to the police to let them know, just in case you call the police and they don't, you know what I'm saying, file it like it's been stolen. But it's at the pound. So I call the police, and they like, nah, we don't got no record of that. So I'm like, somebody stole my car. I'm looking all around on the ground, trying to see if any glass is on the ground. I don't see no glass. I'm like, how did these cats take my car? But I make a police report. Boom. Wow. So I say about like 3 days later, I get a phone call from the police. They tell me they found my car. They got my car. I go get my car. My car is totaled. It's still driving. They took the rims and everything. Everything that was in there, they took it all out of there. But they was courteous. They was courtesy. What's the word? They did me a favor because they put some donuts on that motherfucker, but it wasn't the rims. So I ended up going to pick up the car, and then my whole thought, like, when I get there, is like, how did they get my car? I gotta see how they got my car. So when I got to my car, they took a screwdriver, and right by the keyhole, they popped it in. That's how they unlocked the door. The alarm was going off, but they snatched the brain box out of it. At the bottom, they snatched the brain box for the alarm, and then they peeled the collar, and they used a screwdriver to start it up. So I get my car back. Now I got to start my car with a screwdriver. So end up getting another car. Well, I kept the car, but I ended up going to get another car and put it on there. And then I was like, you know what? I'm finna go hard on their ass. I'm not finna let that hold me back. So I end up going to get all that stuff fixed, door and everything and all that. And I had 22s on it. So I end up just like, fuck it. I end up going to get a set of 24s. Got 24s on it. I went and got me another alarm put on that. And then I end up getting me one of those, what is it when you got to put the code in? Like a kill switch or something like that. One of those things put a low jack. I got a low jack put on it. So I'm like, yeah, you still listening, you ain't gonna get that far. And then if I catch you, it's gonna be some trouble. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I did that, and then I think I had it on there for probably like 3 months. I had them on there for 3 months. The rims, I sold those, and I ended up getting another set of 24s, and then I think I had those probably like a week. And then I bought a set of 26s from one of my guys. He ended up selling me the rims because he had them on his car. They were some TISs, 26 TISs, and he sold them to me. But the thing was is that they was all on a flat. Somebody had stabbed his tires and put them on a flat on the sidewall. Now I knew a shop that customized and patching that up because I had a tire that was like that. So I bought them from him. I think I paid him like $800. So I bought him from him and I took him to Buddy. And Buddy was like, man, his gun messed up. So he was like, you can just leave him here. I had them bring my other gun tomorrow, and I'll get it done tomorrow, and you can come pick up your wheels. So I think it was only gonna cost me like $100. $100 get them patched up, all the tires, put them back on there, $100. So the next day, before I could even call this guy, he calls me and tells me somebody that broke in his shop. I'm like, what? So I already know the math on how much these wheels cost. I only paid $800 from my man. I'm like, bro, these rims cost $3,000. $3,000. He was like, man, don't worry about it. come here tomorrow and I'm gonna give you the money for your rims. So I know they cost a lot of money and I'm gonna give you the money. So I go there the next day, and that man he stuck to his word. He gave me 3 bands. So I took that 3 bands and he ended up going to buy me another set of 26s. I had those for like a month. After that, I ended up buying another set for like, I think I had those on there for like 2 weeks. I ended up going to get another set. I had those on there for like a week. Then I went about another set of 26s, and I had them on there for like, I think probably like 3 days. Then I was like, you know what? Screw this. I just said, you know what? I just went about a set of 28s. Put 28s on it. I was like, that's it. Do 28s. The biggest rims out that time was 30s. Wasn't nothing bigger. So with 30s, I was gonna go get 30s. I actually had got a set of 30s, but I ended up just selling them. I just didn't want to. It was a headache putting 28s on it at the time. So I sold the 30s. I kept the 28s on there. After that, and I did a lot with that vehicle. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot with it. I did a couple of music videos in that car. You can check it out on YouTube. I'm in an American Gangster video with Twister. You can check me out in that. The vehicle is in there. I did this other video with this. I think his name was DJ Sluggo. He had a song. If you're from Chicago, you remember this song. It's called The Chicken Wing. I don't do no bird walk. I do my chicken wing. That song. But he shot a video. I was in that video, but it never came out. I never got to see it. I don't know what happened. There was some other female that did a video shoot with her. I can't remember her name, but that, and yeah. And I ended up with that vehicle. I ended up getting the Lamborghini doors put on it, because that's when Lamborghini doors came out, so I didn't get Lamborghini doors on it. And I was working, believe it or not, y'all, I was doing security for this company. I ain't gonna say the name of it, but I was doing this security for this company, and it was for movies. So I was like watching like prop stuff and all that stuff. Like I done worked on a couple of movies, like the Johnny Depp movie, Enemy of the State, and like the Batman and all that. But and like a couple of TV series shows like Breaking Bad and what is the other one? It was with Patrick Swayze. It was called The Beast. So, but I remember I was downtown and I had my Caprice. I drove my Caprice. I had 28s on it, I had my Lamborghini doors on it and all that, and I had my doors up. And this white guy came up to me and he was like, I got the director wanted to take a picture in front of your car. Now, at the time I didn't know who that was, who the director was. I didn't even know what was going on, so I was like, go ahead. I had a gold sticker they put in the car. We had this gold paper, so I could park anywhere downtown without getting my car towed or whatever. So, but come to find out, the person that took a picture in the front of my car was Michael Bay. Yeah, the guy that directs Transformers. Yeah, he took a picture in the front of it. I didn't know. I never met Michael Bay. I mean, I seen him that day, but I didn't know who that was. But yeah, what else? So after that Caprice, I ended up got into some BS, and I let that car go. After that, I ended up getting an LS, a Buick Regal LS. That was my next car. It was like a 90. It was not a 90, but it was a 2007 Buick LS Regal. And I ended up, it was crazy because how I got that car, I ended up, like my sister, she was staying in Joliet, Illinois, right? And I was out there. I had no job. I had a little bit of money left on me because that little security thing was just like, it wasn't cutting it or whatever. And I had $150, $125 or something like that. Now, when she stayed there in Joliet, she stayed right by the casino. So I end up taking that money. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning or whatever, a.m. Took that $1,100. I mean, not $1,100, but 11 o'clock. Took that $125, $150. I took that, went to the casino, went in there. That time, when I left that place, it was 1 o'clock in the morning. The next day, 1 a.m. When I left that place, I had over $5,000 playing casino games. But I went in there and I betted slow. True story, y'all. I cannot make this up. I left there Well, went to my sister's house.